Coming next to the stage is the absolute scene darling, Mr. DDR himself, David Diego Rodriguez.
Thank you. I teach, so I'm on summer vacation now. So, yeah, I'm already going back to school in August. So it goes by so fast. Yeah, I teach Spanish, and everybody says, "Yeah, but you know Spanish. It's easy." And it is, but a lot of people don't know Spanish. And then first day of class, I like to give everybody Spanish names, And the Spanish names are better, like one girl tells me, "Hi, I'm Irene." It's like, no, in Spanish it's Irene. Doesn't that sound better, right? Right? Elvira, no, Elvira, right? So, and then I always ask a student, why are you taking the course? Most of them it's a requirement, right? One student told me, oh, Spanish is a beautiful language. I'm like, okay. Another student told me, my girlfriend is Mexican, so I want to learn Spanish. I'm like, okay. Another student told me, I work at a restaurant and all the cooks speak Spanish. I'm like, oh, okay. No surprise there, right? I'm like, where do you work? And he says, a Chinese restaurant. And after about the 5th week of the semester, he says, what kind of Spanish are you teaching us? I still don't know what the cooks are saying. I was like, what are they telling you? And he tells me, and I'm like, oh, they're swearing at you. They want you to work harder. They don't think you're doing your share, And when I was a new teacher, it was kind of, students know you're a new teacher, and they would be messing with me, and they ask me things like, how do you say house in Spanish? It's like, come on, that's easy, And casa. And then how do you say, and they would just come up with all these words, and then they finally stumped me, It's like, how do you say bootylicious? It's just like, no, So, one that I liked was this, like, how do you say jazz hands? And I'm like, so I made one up. It's like, manos de flamenco. You gotta win them over, right? So, yeah. And, growing up Mexican, talking about going to free places, Mexicans are good for that, right? We go to the beach a lot, the free museums, And then my father tried to Americanize us, so he would take us to Burger King, But then he would blow our cover because, they'd ask him, what do you want on your Whopper? And he would say, everything, and hot peppers. And they would tell him, no, we don't have hot peppers. And my father, he would embarrass us. He would say, that's okay, I brought my own. And he pulled out a jar of hot peppers. It was embarrassing. So, yeah. And then growing up, it was difficult. There's a lot of prejudice. I heard a lot of comments against Mexicans, and it's like, I went to the library and people would say, oh no, Mexicans don't read books, I joined the Boy Scouts and oh no, Mexicans don't go camping. I started playing sports and it's like, oh no, Mexicans don't play ice hockey, And that was just my mother. Sometimes I feel like the world's like a big birthday party and having a piñata, and my mother swinging the stick, Yeah, so, yeah. The other day, speaking of love, I'm in love with my wife. And I have to say that because she makes more money than me. And she's not here to hear this. But no, we're very secure in our relationship, and we figured out that if we wanted to, we could afford to get divorced. But instead we go on vacations, So, and we're happy. So, yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm an unusual comic because I don't have a relationship. relationship problems. You know? Well, they're in the past, you know. Yeah, so, yeah, a little bit about my wife. So she's Polish, she's Catholic, she sings in the church choir. I met her on AveMaria.com. And she told me she was a virgin because she only had one son. Yeah. I still lived at home and he's a carpenter. Thank you. Good night.
Give it up for DDR himself, David.